a high of 31 degrees today. So if you're thinking about coming down to Cuba in June, yeah, it's gonna be warm, but there's a breeze. Now, one great thing about coming down here in the summer and you're on the ocean is the ocean is beautiful. It's probably around 80 degrees. It's really refreshing. And right now there's no humidity because we haven't had a lot of rain. There's no humidity right now. So it is warm, but it's almost like a dry heat right now. But that can change. 1 or 2 thunderstorms and this place you're gonna be dripping sweat. Now, when it gets too warm, I always duck and cover and I look for the closest beach bar. Thank gosh this place opens at 10 a.m. and this guy's open to 7, which is a blessing. Can I get an agua and a cerveza, please? Gotta stay hydrated. Oh, thank you, sir.
Hey, buddy.
And if salt water isn't your thing, there's always the pool. Now, when I pick resorts to come to in the summertime, I always want to pick a resort that's directly on the beach and has a great breeze. Now, I know that sounds funny. Aren't most resorts right directly on the beach? They are, that's true. But sometimes they're in coves. Sometimes they're not in direct wind patterns. They're off to the side. You're not getting a direct wind, which means sometimes you're gonna have more bugs. You're gonna have more no-see-ums, you're gonna have more fly issues. When you're at a resort on a wicked peninsula and has a constant breeze, sometimes I find in the summertime it really helps keep the bugs down during the day. Not all circumstances, so you're always going to want to bring tons of bug spray, especially after a rain. Now you might be thinking, why would you come down here in June? First, you're going to have the heat, you're going to have the warmth, you're going to have beautiful blue skies, the resorts are going to be quieter, so you're gonna have a nicer experience. You're gonna have the place to yourself. Not only that, you're gonna get it at a discounted rate. So if there's a resort that's been on your radar for a long time, but you haven't been able to get in because it was just out of your expense range, well, maybe this is the time to come and check it out and see if it's worth coming back in high season. Okay, very hot out. 1 cerveza, amigo, please. Appreciate it. Now, if you are coming down here in June, July, August, the sand is going to be very hot. You'll need flip-flops on, and even with flip-flops, if the sand gets in between your feet and the flip-flops, your feet are still going to get really hot. Anyway, a quick cerveza. And we're going to keep going. And another consideration for us, it's going to be holiday season for Jenny. With what she does, she has the entire summer off. So we, for the past 10 years, have always packed up our kids, tossed them on a flight, and we've gone down to the Caribbean. We've spent a lot of time in Barbados and we've spent a lot of time in Cuba. Considering Cuba is a much cheaper option nowadays, you can pretty much get yourself a resort for the same price as getting a flight down to Barbados. That's a massive consideration for us. A great way to save some money and a great way to come down and enjoy a resort. Now, summertime down in Cuba or the Caribbean is not for everyone. I just want to make that clear. If you're not a heat person, if you don't enjoy the warmth, the hot sun, the hot sand, it's probably not going to be for you. But if you're the type of person that likes to go explore at a discounted rate, well, Cuba might be an option. I'm at the pool right now, it's 12 o'clock and there's nobody here. One great thing about coming this time of year, you're never fighting for a lounger. You never have to wake up early to go get a lounger. You don't have to worry about missing out on good loungers at the beach. And you can actually have a nicer experience. Learning about the staff, you get to know them a lot better because they can spend a lot more time one-on-one with you. They want to be more interactive. They do enjoy getting tips from people, but they also enjoy just having their own downtime, because in high season at these resorts, you got a lot of students, you got a lot of people, and they just get run off their feet. So sometimes in low season, it's just a better vibe, a better chill, and a better experience for everyone, the staff and the tourist. And just like that, in the afternoon, the clouds are starting to set in. Now, not every single day that the clouds set in, but today they are. The wind's picking up, the clouds are setting in, and things are starting to cool down. I don't know if it's gonna rain. It says it might rain, but it hasn't rained the entire time since I've been here. But if it did rain, it wouldn't bother me because we've had like 6 or 7 or 8 solid hours of sun. Hey, maybe a little bit of rain might cool things down. One other thing to consider when you are coming here, when there's less people, you're gonna have less lineups for the restaurants, less lineups for the bar, less lineups for loungers, less lineups to get into anything you want. So you have easy access to the entire resort with less stress. It makes it easy. Like if you want to go for lunch, I remember standing in lunch sometimes in high season, you might be in a lineup at the beach lunch for half an hour waiting for a sandwich. You can walk into anything you want here and in 2 seconds you get exactly what you want because there's nobody in line. So that is a major benefit. This is my favorite time of day. In between lunch and dinner, when the wind picks up, maybe the clouds set in, dusk is just starting to come around, but the daylight hours are longer here because of the summertime. It's just a nice hot breeze, no bugs, no flies, no issues, and you just get to chill out and unwind. Sometimes you get to see a great sunset this time of year too, especially with all the clouds starting to set in. The sun came up at 6:30, so I think the sunset's gonna be around the same. Okay, hanging out at the beach is done, petting some dogs is done. A couple of strays came up to me and they wanted to be my best friend, and of course I'm always looking for new best friends, and so we hung out together and that was awesome. Anyway, the sun goes down around 6:30 here and I'm on my way to go get some dinner. Now, like I said, in quiet season it's easy to go out and get dinner. At this resort there's 3 places that I can go for dinner. I do have to make reservations, unfortunately. That's just the way it goes. Even if you're coming in low season, you still need to make reservations. At this resort that I'm staying at, I have a butler. He will make the reservation for me after I decide on where I'm gonna go, and I'm gonna go from there. Anyway, like I always said, if you really enjoy my channel, hey, do me a favor, like and subscribe, and guess what? I'll see you in the next video.